Hello and welcome back to Speedrun, the fast-talking video game podcast where we talk about pretty much anything that interests us. As always, I am Jamie.
I'm Jazzie, and the intro keeps degenerating week over week.
It's just. Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Well, we just talk about, the intro is now the podcast equivalent to r/mildly interesting. I'm Jazzie, your co-host.
You didn't understand our Reddit reference? Oh, that's not very wholesome 100 of you.
No, not really. Guess I should introduce myself as well. Hi, I'm Ellie. You may have heard me on the other episode.
Yes.
Still here.
Ellie is once again joining us again this week as we talk about the best and worst first-person shooters, a genre I'm actually not super familiar with. Oh. But you're working on some videos on the, involving the smell of rotten fish, to put it lightly.
I have a lot of experience with first-person shooters. Growing up, I played a lot of Battlefield and a lot of Call of Duty. So FPS games were also my shindig. I've also played a lot of the original Doom. And I have a lot of experience in the genre. Not as much as, some people, but I still have a decent amount.
Hell yeah. Jazz, you ready for me to start I can't speak. You ready for me to start the timer?
Yes. So
let's talk about the first-person shooter genre. Yeah. What is genre? No genre brings back
what
memories.
What is genre?
No genre name evokes memories of me being 12 years old and getting my mom called horrible insults on Call of Duty, like the name first-person shooter.
Yeah, I didn't know you even played those games growing up.
I played them mildly. I learned so many valuable things in those chats. Like, do you know my mom gay?
Your mom?
I did not know that. Congratulations.
Did you know that apparently I am many racial slurs that do not apply to me as a white woman?
No kidding.
Did you know that as a trans woman, I censored all the things that I've heard in regards to my gender identity?
Oh, look, I'm just so proud to know that even from a young age, I was always fake and gay.
Yeah, they knew.
They knew. But in real talk, I really do appreciate a lot of games in the genre, particularly older games. Going back and playing the likes of Duke 3D, Quake, even older stuff such as Wolfenstein 3D, which I played on Xbox Live Arcade of all things.
You're a boomer shooter, gal.
I enjoy them. I can as weird as it sounds, the genre that the stereotype of you just play video games to turn your brain off and shoot things. Yeah, that's what I use them for.
Yes.
That said, my favorite one of them is 2016 Doom. Doom 2016 is so good.
Have you played Eternal at all?
No, I have not played. It's funny, I got it thanks to Game Pass, but I have not gone to dive into Eternal yet.
I think depending on how you feel about Doomer Shooter, or Doomer Shooters, I mean...
Doomer
Shooters.
On Boomer Shooters, I think it's better. But, yeah.
It looks fun. I saw LGR's review of it, and...
I do actually now know what my favorite FPS is.
And what's that?
Wolfenstein: The New Order. 100%. I think it is the best FPS made. It is an incredibly well-crafted shooter. It looks gorgeous. Like, even when I had it on my laptop, like, the id Tech engine just works wonders, even on low spec stuff. And, like, the story was incredible. I would say the new Colossus is better, except the New York level. And on PC, at least, where I play it on, there are so many glitches that even to this day, it's impossible for me to actually get through it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're hearing anything in the background. It sounds like my boyfriend is mixing up more drinks.
Oh, are you going to get a mid-podcast mimosa again?
I don't think I'm going to get a mid-podcast mimosa, but if one appears, I will certainly drink it.
Fair enough.
If it happens, we will pause the timer to pay respects to the mid-podcast mimosa.
Indeed, we will press F for my boyfriend.
Honestly, like that's some merch, some speedrun merch. Get your speedrun bingo. Someone gets brought a drink. Jazzie yawns. Jamie shortens the intro.
Yeah.
Well, so that's your best FPS. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna be like, Jazzie, what's your favorite FPS?
Jazzie, what's yours? Because mimosas aren't games.
I really enjoy I've really been rocking and rolling on Halo lately. The Master Chief Collection is on Steam and it was on sale. I really, really like it. I didn't play a ton of Halo back in the day, so this is like a newer venture for me, and I've just been absolutely loving it because the story is just so nice and dense and the gameplay is really satisfying. But when it comes to historically, like year over year over year, what gets like the Jazzie Award, that goes to the Half-Life franchise. And
Ooh.
simply because it is fast, it is satisfying. The guns feel like they have weight to them when you shoot them, and you have to think about it. It's really good. It's like the cross section of everything that I like, and it's also science fiction, so that's another big plus for me. So definitely Half-Life. And also it runs on a toaster, so that's cool too.
Also, hello, Gordon.
Gordon.
Hello, Gordon.
You just posted cringe.
Oh, good lord.
I think the memes really make Half-Life for me.
Yeah.
Jamie,
Yes.
can I throw a wild guess as to your favorite shooter into the ring?
Yes.
I'm going to guess you're going to say Anachronox.
But Anachronox is not a shooter, it's an RPG.
Yeah, you're right. But, I mean, Borderlands is a first-person shooter as much as it is an RPG.
True, but as I said, mine is definitely still I want to dive in, really dive in more, but from what I've played already God, I don't know how many hours to put into it, Doom 2016 really does take the award for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good single-player shooter, and it doesn't need to be anything more than that.
Yeah, it's a good single-player shooter and nothing else.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they didn't put in a multiplayer aspect, but I think it really helped with the vision of the game.
Yeah. Well, and actually, if we want to transition into the worst games, you know what also a really good single-player shooter that I, believe it or not, just now got to dive in a little bit, even though it's about to turn 25 this year?
What?
At a local game store for only a couple bucks, I recently picked up my own copy of Duke Nukem 3D.
Oh, yeah. I was there when you got it.
Yeah, it's really fun. And you know it's not a very good shooter? And I know this one's your least favorite, so go off.
Yeah, I had to choose I had to pick a lot. I was very tempted to say it was a Battlefield game, then it was a Call of Duty game, then
Ghosts.
Ghosts is absolutely the worst Call of Duty game, and Hardline's the worst Battlefield. Ghosts.
Woo!
But I'm going off of just what I've played, because I know there are worse shooters, like the really racist one. But the worst one that I've ever played... You know what? No, actually, it's not Duke Nukem Forever.
Really?
Homefront.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
Homefront.
Homefront is the worst FPS I've ever played. It is clunky. It is ugly, even for, like, compared to its era. The story is absolute garbage. And the white phosphorus level is still burned into my mind for both how distasteful and how hilarious it is. It is so bad that it made me laugh a couple of times hearing someone be like, "Ah!" So angry, but it's
Oh,
like,
that was crunchy.
yeah, it was as crunchy as it was in the actual game, and it had a multiplayer element which no one played. So like I couldn't even say like, oh, it's got a fine multiplayer aspect. Nobody played it by the time I was playing it. So yeah, I'm gonna say Homefront. It was absolutely irredeemable. I could laugh at Duke Nukem Forever. I could not laugh that much at Homefront, except when I did laugh, it made me go, oh, am I a bad person? Or is it just, no, it's just really shit writing.
At least Homefront didn't have to spend over a decade in development hell, so it has that over Duke Forever.
I think that game did spend a decent amount of time in development, though.
Ooh.
That had a sequel.
I'm gonna.
Jazzie, which one's your least favorite? Or your least favorite, I should say.
Well, it's less of a least favorite because I actually find myself revisiting it fairly often. But in terms of the actual worst, mechanically speaking, FPS I've ever played, Jamie, do you remember when I was talking to you about how when I was a small Catholic youth, I used to go to the Family Christian bookstore and they had a very small, like, Christian family-friendly PC game section, and that's where I got Redemption Victory at Hebron, which is like a trading card game, PC game.
Oh,
that is where,
yes.
and I actually am going to be playing that on stream. Plug, wink. But There is a game called Ominous Horizons: A Paladin's Calling by Enlightening Software. And if you're a fan of Brutal Moose, you may remember Catechumen. Same developer, same engine, same premise. It is so clunky. And instead of a gun, you have the Sword of the Spirits. Woo! And it shoots fucking fireballs.
That just screams evangelical.
It's very it's very pious. You're a paladin and you have to go through these portals across the world and like through hell to find the missing pages of the Gutenberg Bible so you can give it to the printing press and spread Christianity throughout the world. And it's very clear that I enjoyed this game a lot before I played other FPS games and before I converted to paganism. But I definitely play it nowadays just to kind of like chuckle at how bad it is, but also it's like a weird nostalgia trip, and also to go like, that's not translated right.
So, if we're going to go talk about boomer shooters, I actually did, if we're going on shameless plugs as well, I did a video on this over on the Stuff We Play channel last year, wink. But the worst shooter I've ever played, I probably should have expected it to be bad because you originally got it as a free toy in your Taco Bell Happy Meal around the turn of the millennium. And this is from 1999, Taco Bell The Tasty Temple Challenge for MS-DOS.
Yeah, I'm noticing
you okay,
there's a
hon?
pattern.
All right. Huh?
I'm noticing
I just heard
there's a drastic difference between the game that I picked, which was like, just tasteless and this drudgery of AAA imitation, and you two are just like, no, here's some genuine garbage that was made by like one person on a Commodore 64 and brings great pain to your soul. Like, I chose the weakest one here.
I mean, Tasty Temple Challenge, you don't have a gun, right? You have hot sauce. And you're shooting, and the entire game takes place in a dream sequence where you're playing as this wannabe Indiana Jones type guy as he goes through a very clearly Mayan-inspired temple to try to get a Taco Bell Grande meal.
Huh.
Big same.
There's only one level long, but the level is so convoluted, and the game is so glitchy, so barely playable, that I have never managed. I recorded for that 10-minute video I did, 10 to 15-minute video, I recorded 3 hours of gameplay, and I could not beat it. This game should be beatable in under 20 minutes, but at one point, literally, like, I gave up because this glitch happened where whenever I tried to move, my character wouldn't move, but like the textures of the world around me would warp around me. It is bad. It is poorly optimized trash. And honestly, I would have much preferred a regular toy with my Taco Bell kids meal.
But then you wouldn't have been able to make that beautiful video.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be sad eating my $5 box.
Sometimes you need a little bit of pain with your Taco Bell.
Jazzie, what do you think?
I agree. Sometimes you need a little bit of pain with your Taco Bell order, but I am a masochist.
Big same.
Big same. I mean, it's Taco Bell. I'm going to be feeling pain in my tummy later anyways.
I want fucking Taco Bell now. How dare you?
So do I.
I wish there was Taco Bell where we
There
live.
used to be one here.
There was a long time ago.
There used to be one in Victoria. No, this is the problem with Victoria, BC. Mayor Helps, if you're listening, we need Taco Bell in Victoria again.
Yeah, forget all the other political stuff.
Forget all the other problems. All I'm saying is, look, the Bay Center is half empty. You want to spur some business. Don't open just one Taco Bell, but we want a Taco Bell A&W KFC combo.
Oh no. Okay, back to shooters, because
that was getting a little cursed.
yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think about like who's got some other honorable mentions for bad or good games.
I once played I think it was Call of Duty the original Modern Warfare on DS.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was an admirable effort, but it was not very good.
Who remembers Band of Brothers on the Wii that used motion controls with the Wii Zapper?
Ooh,
I can one up one. I had a friend whose parents were very religious. Fun fact, the said childhood friend I found out recently got arrested for trying to rob a Denny's. So good to see adulthood's treating you well, old buddy. I haven't heard from him in years, by the way. But
That's a call out post.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, you know. Some friends you stay friends with forever, and a lot of them you lose contact with, and then find out that you did not turn out as I expected. But he had the fucking sorry, I'm trying not to swear as much, but he had the frickin' Nerf game for the Wii.
Oh my god, I
had
forgot
that.
about that.
Oh, this gives me one I want a special shout out to. Quantum of Solace for the Wii.
Oh, was it bad?
It was a port, so it was actually a Treyarch game, but it was ported by another company, and it looked bad, it felt bad, and I played an unholy amount of it because I was 9 at the time, and it was all I had, and for some reason I was like, yeah, Quantum of Solace is a fine game.
What if I told you that when Quantum of Solace for the Wii was new, so I was in high school at the time, and the game came out, and at the time I was actually dating the daughter of the priest at my church. And
Ooh.
yeah, I know, spicy. I'm a bad girl. And I would go over to their house, and in the basement they had a CRT television with their Wii, and we would play 4-player Quantum of Solace, like 4-player split screen on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that game is not good, but the frames I couldn't argue with. The Wii did a pretty good job. Like, it wasn't like, like a Genesis when Sonic goes a little bit too fast. You know what I mean? Like, it actually kept up.
You know, and we're now at time, but one last thing I want to mention to bring this back up. You know, it's a game that I did not expect to enjoy.
What?
So one of the last games I bought before I moved back to Canada from the States is I went to a Walmart, I think somewhere in North Houston, and I got a still sealed copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii for $5. And you know what? For $5, I think I had $5 worth of fun with it. I actually kind of like using the... You know what? It's not. Is it great? No.
Is it a $5 box meal worth of fun?
But
Yeah,
it's a $5 box meal worth.
Did you say?
Yeah, I got my
Did
money's
you have
worth.
$5 worth of
You know
fun?
what? It's not terrible.
You just
mean-
throw out one Abraham Lincoln in exchange for $5 of fun.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh, I need
Oh
to
my
have
God.
one of my
Let's wrap it
childhood
up.
buddies on sometime, because what we used to do is sometimes we'd go to GameStop and we'd ruffle through the $1 disc-only Wii bin with $5 each. Because, like, yeah, the games in there are trash, but if you're buying them for $1 a piece, you kind of expect it. You're still going to get $5 of enjoyment. But before I go on another podcast worth of tangent, Yawn Counter +1 for Ellie. Ellie, would you like to plug your socials and stuff?
Yeah, so I stream at Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Callaway. I stream at very random times. I play very random games. I have a Twitter. Don't find it. And I do write articles for Infinite Frontiers, so if you look up Infinite Frontiers on the Google, you'll find that I've done a bunch of reviews and articles and that stuff. And I guess the only other thing to say is, like, you know, I'm eventually making videos for stuff we play, so...
Yeah, we're collabing on a lot of stuff together. And
You're
Yep.
part of
Yeah.
our little union of creators, comrade.
She's the
Yeah.
newest member of the Stuff We Play crew.
I really like this, though, because, like, I'm, like, for a while, like, Elliot was like, you know, you should have, like, me and, like, your friends do stuff as well, and, like, make
you're
it so it's
doing
not
it.
just, like, it's stuff we play. And I was right, and I'm glad both of y'all and I are all making stuff together now, because
Aw.
it's good. And also, despite the small channel size, it's somehow profitable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with that in mind, Jazzie, where can people find us?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Jazzie Starshine. You can also email me, jazzie@stuffweplay.com. JAZZIE is how I spell it. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jasmine Starshine. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! There. And I actually have 20 envelopes coming in the mail from TCG Player. And I'm going to do like a mass opening, and I'm going to put together a 2008 Lightsworns deck. So that's going to be really cool.
Yes, and of course, if you have any ideas for podcasts, episodes, or any general suggestions for podcasts, you can message me on Twitter at Stuff We Play, join the Stuff We Play Discord server, even email me at jamie@stuffweplay.com. Have I forgotten anything, y'all?
No.
I don't think so.
Then in that case, I have been Jamie.
I've been Jazzy.
And unfortunately, I have been Ellie.
What do you mean, unfortunately? This has been
Unfortunately?
awesome.
I just had to talk about freaking Homefront, okay?
All right, we gotta close this out.
All right, so with that, thank you very much for listening. Stay classy, and I'll see you next time.
My back cracked and it felt good. Bye.
Bye.